Hi, welcome to another Adaptive Care Provider Insight video. In this video, we're going to create a medication. We're going to add counting to that medication. We're going to discontinue that medication, and then we're going to dispose of that medication, filling out the medication disposal form. We'll make this a real quick process for you to go through. We have created a controlled substance medication, lorazepam 0.05 milligrams, and we have set that to be administered at 8 o'clock p.m., 1 hour before bedtime. Nothing fancy, a daily scheduled medication. We'll click on Insert Record. Let's take a look. So now we have our lorazepam is scheduled out for every day. We're going to click on Edit now. And we're going to come up and select Track Inventory because we want to add counts to this medication. That has opened up the inventory reorder point that we're going to set at 20. And we're going to set the dose at 1. Our inventory note has already been added in here by this system. All we need to do is accept our Select on the Track Inventory icon. The next thing that comes up is our medication inventory, and we need to accept these medications into inventory from our pharmacy. Assuming we have received 30 medications, I will enter that and select Receive. We're going to put 20 of these into overstock because we don't think that we need to have 30 on hand to be administered at a time. And then we're going to save this. The next form that comes up automatically is Adaptive needs to know when and how we're going to count this medication. For this demonstration, we're going to select Count as administered and we're going to select Save Schedule. And we can see that every time this med is passed, the user is going to be required to validate the medication inventory on hand, and that is going to be the remaining 10 that we just set aside for the med passing. Very good with that, we can select Close. So the next thing that we will do is we'll go up here and we'll go to Medication Admin Charting, and we're going to chart this medication. We see our lorazepam, and it comes up and asks us what our inventory level is. We set aside 10 of these doses, and we are passing one of them. So the remainder is 9, and so it's fine to select Chart Dose and Save. Now this medication has successfully been passed, and the inventory on hand has reduced by 1 dose. What we have done so far is we have scheduled a medication in play for daily administration, and we have counted that medication and established some tracking to the inventory. So for whatever reason, at whatever point, the doctor may have indicated a change or a discontinuation in this medication, and so it's time to discontinue this medication. So we'll go into Medication Services and Care, and we're going to come down and go to that lorazepam, and we are going to discontinue the medication. It's going to ask us a note, and it wants to know why. We don't have to get too fancy, and we're going to select Discontinue. Now that medication has been discontinued, okay, so the next thing we'll do is we're going to return back to Admin Charting, and we're going to click on the Inventory button. And now, looking at our inventory, we're going to select Include Discontinued. And now we can see our inventory of 29 medications that is remaining. And we'll click on Destroy and say OK to open up the medication disposal form. We have taken some time and filled out the appropriate information on the Destroyed Return Medication form. And what we did in this case, we verified that there were 9 in use and that 20 will be removed from overstock. We've indicated this has been returned to the pharmacy. Reason is discontinued. Strength, RX number, dosage form, and then some information about the pharmacy and the primary contact at the pharmacy. So now before we can dispose of this medication, we need to add a witness to this, and this can be any admin within the company that would have the same permissions or higher of medication administration and management as you do. So we will have Huey as the witness. Huey will have to type his name in there and type his password. Note that you would not type that in for another user in any case ever. We click on Verify Witness, and this brings up our signature form. If you are on a touchscreen device, an iPad, or any kind of a Surface device, you could use your finger to sign here, but in this case, we'll go ahead and mouse it in this way, and we've got our signatures in there. We could put a note in here if there's any special that needs to be recorded about this disposal we want to mention for the record. Now we will save the disposal record, and that has been saved. So what we see now is our inventory management form. We have destroyed this lorazepam dose. We're going to go into Inventory Report, and we'll look at the report. I want to generate a report for this location and this date range, all medications, and I want to generate that report from Mark Farley. And we will click on Show Report. And this brings up our Excel spreadsheet. And now we can see that we have a spreadsheet that is showing you all of the relevant dates, times, and transactions. You can see in this case that 29 were removed. Reason discontinued and use 0. overstock 0, and total 0, and of course no variance on there. This generates a comprehensive medication handling report to pinpoint any discrepancies. I'm not going to save that. And let's go ahead and bring up our inventory again. In this case, what I want to bring up is our disposed inventory report. And here you can see the destroyed or disposed medications that we have in a list for this location. I'm going to click on PDF and this will bring up your print viewer. And at this point, you can leave it as it is. It's already saved in the system. Or you could save it as a PDF and download it onto your local hard drive. You can see our signatures are in place, your company logo is attached to it, and medication disposal certificate. All of the relevant information about the disposal process is now available on this document or in the adaptive file system. Well, that's it for this segment. Thanks for watching this video on how to dispose of medications and document it thoroughly so that you can remain in compliance. We look forward to you in the next video. My name is Huey Tinman, and I sure appreciate your time. Thank you very much.